What's going on, Shady People? ShadyPenguinn here, welcoming you back to a Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire live Wi-Fi battle today against a shady person, Andrew, whose Twitter link is in the description. Remember, if you want a chance to be featured in one of these videos, go ahead and follow me on my Twitter. My link is down there as well, and I request battles frequently. So today we are going up against Andrew. We are bringing a brand new NU team. You guys saw the team builder. If you did not, the link is in the description. Go check it out, because this team looks like a doozy. We have some extremely interesting pokes. I'm not sure how this is going to do. We're going to go over them really quick. We got Masculin the Basculin, who is the all-star of this team. We have Aqua Jet, Waterfall, Superpower, and Facade. It has adaptability. We'll see what it does. We got Mini Chomp, the Gabite, Heated the Flareon. That's our core right there, which is very interesting core. We're going to see how it does. We got Frozen Bro, the Rotom Frost, Gamachan, the Frogadier, and SP Gamma. Now, I know a lot of you guys are saying, why didn't you name Cacturne Deadleg? Well, I decided to go a throwback for all the Storm Silver Egglock fans around here, because I know there's a lot of them, and we wanted to get some reps going, so we're gonna rep out SP Gamma. Let's get this battle started. You guys were supposed to leave your guesses in the bottom or the comment section of the team builder. How many wins do you think we're gonna get? 0, 1, 2, or 3. We're gonna see my opponent's team, and oh, he's bringing the Delibird! He is bringing the Delibird. He's bringing the Delibird, and that could either be great or not so great. I haven't decided which one yet. I want to get rocks up. He also has a Torkoal, which is probably his rock setter, although Cradily could do the same thing. Now, Cradily is an interesting mon. I don't think I have too much to hit him with. The Drain Punch will do fantastic against my opponent's team. I got to get rid of that Wheezing before anything, though, and it looks like my Gamachan is going to be the best one to get rid of that. So, looking at this, I could see him opening up Wailord. I could see him opening up Torkoal. I'm gonna open up Mini Chomp because like I said, I'd like to get rocks up as soon as possible because he's got the Delibird, and rocks are always nice. He's also got a Torkoal, and Torkoal doesn't appreciate the rocks, and that's probably his spinner. Now, I don't have a spinner on my team, so he probably recognizes that and sees that he can get Frozen Bro and Heated down to 75% for free just by setting his rocks up. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does open up with either Cradily or Torkoal, whichever one is going to be the stealth rock setter upper. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to hit Torkoal hard enough with Mini Chomp in order to KO it before it sets up the rocks. There's no chance of that. Torkoal's defense is absolutely insane. It is absolutely insane. So there really is no chance of me KOing it. Well, my opponent looks like he's got a pretty fun team. Common weaknesses, we see 2 Pokemon weak to Electric, which we do not have any access to, unfortunately. We do see 2 Mons weak to Fighting, which means that SP Gamma might be having some fun. He does have the Storm Dream Cradily, which does put a little bit of a damper on our Masculin Basculin. Now remember, guys, I'm recording this after uploading Shady, before uploading Shady Team. So I didn't get counter teamed at all. There's no chance. Cradilly's gonna pop out into the field. Mini Chomp's gonna be here. So this is not, look at how cute. I love Gabite so much. This is why I like doing this tier. Like, you can just play with some really fun stuff. I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and just go for the Toxic here. I don't know what this Cradily wants to do, but like I said, it's the one thing that's really stopping my Basculin from having fun. It's true that the Wailord can take the water type moves really well, and of course the Wheezing is going to eat them up because he's physically defensive, but it's adaptability, so I can break through that Wheezing slowly. I think it'll be a 2-hit KO with Waterfall after some residual damage. I would say a 3-hit KO, but I want to get the Wheezing to like 60-70% before the Basculin even comes in. So my opponent is thinking, and my opponent decides to stay in as I go for the Toxic. I just want to get this thing Toxic because it is a recovering pain in the butt. My opponent is going to set up the Stealth Rocks, so super unfortunate for me. He's got a pretty bulky team with the Cradily and the Torkoal and the Wheezing. That's all a lot of physical bulk. I'm gonna go ahead, now that I got a Toxic off on this thing, I'm gonna set up my own rocks. And that's a little bit backwards. Normally you trade rocks turn 1 just to get them up there, but we're gonna have to play a little safe in this game now because we don't have the luxury of free switch-ins over and over again like we would have if we didn't have these rocks up. So I think we're gonna have to play a little safe. I feel like I look so tired right now. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the position of the webcam. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I just look, I don't know. I'm wearing blue, so I thought I'd be not tired, but I guess the color you wear doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna set the Stealth Rock and see what Cradily does. It'd be really funny if he trades me a Toxic. That'd be really funny. He does. He does trade Toxic, so all we did was trade on opposite turns. I'm really not happy that Mini Chomp is Toxic at all. But we can see the leftovers on my opponent. and we can see the toxic damage hitting me first, and then it's gonna hit Cradily. Cradily, fortunately, is gonna get second turn of toxic. Now, I sort of predict the Wheezing to come in because Earthquake is my next play normally. So, predicting the Wheezing to come in, I'm gonna go ahead and go out into my Gamma. See, now like the Focus Sash on my Frogadier is completely useless. It's completely useless. I'm gonna go ahead and go out into Frogadier. It is really frail. I don't expect Cradily to attack. I do expect the Wheezing to definitely come out. I really can't expect anything else. But look at you, you're so pretty, Frogadier. But unfortunately, you're gonna take that Stealth Rock damage, and he's gonna go for the Giga Drain! I think I just lost. Oh my gosh, I think I just lost. All right. Wow. Okay. So, that shouldn't have happened. I'm kind of at a loss right now. I'm at like an extreme loss. Now, I don't think Superpower will finish off this Cradily. I really don't. I don't think Superpower will finish off this Cradily. I kind of want to go into Heated, but I also don't. Oh, man, this is not a good place to be. This is not a good place to be. I almost feel like SP Gamma can really put in the work, but it can't because of that Wheezing. Oh my gosh, Gamma-chan, Gamma-chan was the best answer to Wheezing on my team. Oh, I gotta go back out into Mini Chomp. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. I did not expect that at all. I really didn't expect the Giga Drain. I was so fixated on the fact that he was going to switch his Wheezing and predicting my EQ. I mean, I'm just going to go for the EQ now, and I guarantee you now he'll go into the Wheezing. I guarantee it. Let's see it. Let's see it. No, he's going to stay in and take the EQ. Now, I know that he's defensive, so he's going to take it pretty well. And he's going to get a Giga Drain off, which is going to do an okay amount. Luckily, the Eviolite really comes into play there. Now, this is going to be the leftovers, too. The Toxic should be slowly racking up. Now, I believe this is turn 3 or 4 for my opponent. With the Toxic, possibly turn 3. So it should bring him below half. It does bring him below half. So the EQ is gonna take him out at this point. He's gonna have to switch out. Oh my gosh, but it's so risky for me to switch out. Let's see, what do I have to do to win this game? I have to get rid of the Wheezing. All I have to do is get rid of the Wheezing. The Torkoal is going to really give SP Gamma a really tough time. I'll admit that. But a Sucker Punch, if I can get the +4, a Sucker Punch should KO Torkoal. But +4 is kind of hard to get to. See, I should have ran Special. If I ran Special Cacturn right now, this team would be so easy to defeat because Wheezing wouldn't stand a chance, Torkoal wouldn't stand a chance. Oh my gosh. I think I want to run Special Cacturn in the very near future. All right, so let's go ahead. And enough rambling. I don't want to overpredict again, although I do think the Wheezing's coming in. I'm just going to go for the EQ. He did see me overpredict in the last turn. He is going to withdraw and go into the Wheezing. The appropriate play would have been to go out into my Rotom Frost right there, as it's really the only thing on my team that can handle it. It really is. There's the Levitate, perfect levitation, of course. And Mini Chomp is slowly becoming pretty useless. Pretty useless. My opponent has mostly special attackers, it looks like. Well, the Mighty N is there. I kind of want to, I have to go out into my Heated right now. It's unfortunate, but I have to go out into Heated because it is my special wall. I'm gonna have to take 25%, but I do have the Wish support, so I could potentially get Mini Chomp back up to full speed at some point soon. Let's see, Heated is going to take so much, and the Toxic Spikes. Wow. I ran Toxic Spikes Wheezing a little while back. I definitely did. I ran it. It was there. I was running with it, and I'm not too thrilled about this. Now, Flareon can't really do much to Wheezing, but he sees that I'm not physical. Well, he's most likely going to think that I'm not physical because I did just I showed the leftovers and I didn't have Guts boost. So a part of me does want to go for the Will-O-Wisp. But if he goes out into either Cradily or Torkoal, either one, I'm not going to get the residual damage off. But I don't think he's going to do that. I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. I don't see him going out into Torkoal, and I don't see him going back out into Cradily. I mean, if he goes out into Cradily, I can always Superpower, and that should take him out. because Superpower is pretty strong. So we're going to get the Will-O-Wisp off on this Wheezing, which is good just for residual damage. But we are definitely not in the safest of spots right here. He's going to get his second layer of Toxic Spikes up, which is going to make Cacturne sweeping nearly impossible. So nearly impossible. Not having Defog or Rapid Spin right now is killing us. It's destroying us. We're going to see some residual damage on my opponent's end with the burn. I can set up a Wish here. I'm not sure what else Wheezing wants to try to do to me. If I really have to, I can stall it out with Wish. If he decides to just go for a Sludge Bomb and test out how much damage it's going to do, which I wouldn't mind if he does and he snags a poison. That way I don't have to get toxic from the spikes. But I do feel as though he's just going to go on into Wailord at this point. Choice Specs or Choice Scarf Wailord is going to hurt anything and everything on my team. Except for Cacturne. Except for Cacturne. If he's choiced into a water move, that's fine. But then, of course, the Wheezing is going to come back in and kind of shut me down again. Super, super, super unfortunate circumstance. Wheezing is just too good. I'm surprised. They just did the tier changes actually a couple days ago, like 2 days ago. And there's some crazy moves. We're going to have to jump up to UU because Mamoswine is in UU along with Mandibuzz. Some crazy stuff. Crest is back in UU. It's just insane what usage does to the tiers. So I know that not everyone plays by Smogon, and I'm totally fine with that. I like just doing mixed tier battles too. Like just bring whatever you want, Snow Legends. Like I like that too. I like them both. I think you should play the game however makes you happy. I'm dying. Whew, the water went down the wrong pipe. So he's gonna withdraw Wheezing. I'm kind of hoping he goes into Torkoal. Okay, that's a really appropriate switch in without a doubt. That's a really solid switch in. So with the Wheezing burned, I think that Basculin might be able to come in here. I mean, no matter what, it's either I bring in Basculin just to get it in, or I go ahead and take advantage of the Wish and go out into Mini Chomp, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to take advantage of the Wish and go out into Mini Chomp. I'm going to have to make a huge risk on the next turn though if this pays off. I'm kind of expecting the Torkoal to Rapid Spin to get rid of the rocks. And that is unfortunate, but I pretty much do expect that to happen. Now, if that happens and I bring in the Garchomp, the Gabite like I'm doing, I think I said Garchomp before, I said Mini Chomp. If I bring in Mini Chomp right now and he stays and he goes for Rapid Spin, he's going to take a little bit of Stealth Rock, a little bit of Rough Skin damage, which is fine. And I'm not going to be able to go for EQ because that Wheezing is still around. So I'm going to have to double out into Rotom Frost, and it's going to be one of the few switch-ins that Rotom Frost actually gets because of the Stealth Rocks. So this is definitely going to be a long and uphill battle for us, but there's a little bit of glimmer of hope for me. I see a little bit of glimmer. I see a little bit of it, but I'm not sure how much of it I see. So we're going to go ahead. Mini Chomp's going to come out. We're going to take Stealth Rock damage, which isn't much at all thanks to our ground typing. And this Torkoal actually goes for Shell Smash. Okay, the White Herb is going to restore his defenses. I have no choice but to just swing the EQ. Either he switches out into his Wheezing and wastes his White Herb, which is fine by me, or we go, or he might knock me out. I mean, I'm not sure if he goes for Earth Power. I mean, it's +2, but it's a Torkoal. Oh my gosh, the power of Torkoal is real though. I know this. I don't know why I'm trying to downplay what's happening on the screen right now. I don't know why I'm trying to downplay it. It's a freaking Torkoal going for Shell Smash. We're done. We just lost. Torkoal GG. Torkoal GG. I mean, we lost up until this point anyway. He's gonna get a clean 6-0 and I'm uploading this without a doubt. If he gets this clean 6-0, this is going right on the channel. I don't even care. Because Torkoal is the man. Torkoal is the man. I love myself some Torkoal. So bringing in the Garchomp though is definitely our best bet. Now granted, at 75%, Basculin might have been able to one-shot with a Waterfall. I know I wouldn't outspeed because of the Shell Smash though, and Aqua Jet would not take him out. So going into the Gabite, the Mini Chomp, might have been our best play because I do resist his stab, and something tells you that Earth Power really isn't going to do enough. I really feel as though Earth Power is not going to do enough to take out this Gabite. I know I'm not especially defensive, but I do have an Eviolite on me. So I think he's going to withdraw and go out into the Wheezing. Oh, man. Oh, that is so, I mean, I'm upset that I had to go for EQ. There's no question about it that I had to go for EQ. But Man, that was a little ridiculous seeing that Torkoal get that Shell Smash off. Luckily, we burned the white herb, so now in the future, if he ever decides to Shell Smash again, he's gonna have to just go down to an Aqua Jet. He'll go down to an Aqua Jet every time, so he can't Shell Smash again. So we kind of got rid of that threat entirely. At this point, I do have to switch, unfortunately, right back at... I think Minichomp has run its course. I'm gonna stay in D-Claw. I do think obviously the me switching out is really obvious, so he might predict that, but we're gonna just go for D-Claw, see how much it does. I know it's not gonna do much. It doesn't do much, but he's gonna try to set up a third layer of toxic spikes, probably forgetting that he's either forgetting that he has 2 already, or B, he's just trying to get me to do damage to him in order to get a pain split off. Now it stinks because Minichomp is slowly running its course without a doubt. I'm getting pretty low now. I will go for another D-Claw, but like I said, if we can get rid of this Wheezing, our Cacturn does have a lot of fun with my opponent's team between Sucker Punching and resisting Mighty and a Stab, outspeeding Cradily. The Wailord will be a bit of a problem for us, but we can address that when it happens. So the Wheezing's getting awfully low though. I mean, he could Pain Split now, but all we've seen so far is Toxic Spikes from this thing. All we've seen with the Black Sludge recovery. I'm so glad that we switched that into our Gabite. I am so glad that, oh my gosh. I mean, I don't think, like I said, I don't think Earth Power would have done it in, and I would have EQ'd and one-shotted him, I'm sure. I mean, even though his defenses were restored back to normal, it's Stab, Gabite, Earthquake, base 100, so it goes to 200 power. I just don't see him, I don't see him living that. So that was really glad I ended up saying, let me take advantage of the wish, which we did. Freaking awesome. This like I said, this is gonna be a long battle. It's gonna get to the point where it's gonna slowly start like boom, 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 boom. I mean, I was off to a really rough start with that, with Frogadier coming in on a Giga Drain. Like a foolish fool of a Took. If I still had Frogadier, man, Frogadier like destroyed this team. Destroyed. I even said that pregame. Wheezing, done. Torkoal, done. Cradily, not done, but I can go for a Dark Bolt. I can go for an Ice Beam. Dragon Claw is going to come through again, and we're going to do a decent amount with this. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Pain Split. There it is. We shouldn't be splitting too much HP. To be honest, it's not going to be anything crazy. And unfortunately, it looked like that D-Claw got low rolled in comparison to the other one. So Minichomp's going to take a heck of a lot of damage from this, and this is going to be Minichomp's last turn around. So if my opponent wants to predict and switch out, that's fine. I just have to go for a Dragon Claw. I have to. Getting the Wheezing this low though is completely fine by me. Minichomp did what it needed to do. It kept that Torkoal, like it kept him in check when he Shell Smashed. So Minichomp did what he had to do. 100% did what he had to do. I can't switch in a Numon because a Pain Split on a Numon would make this Wheezing go back to full HP. We're gonna go ahead and bring him down to that. He does go for the Pain Split again, which I think is gonna give me HP. Nope, it takes 1. It takes 1 away. He's gonna get his recovery, and I'm gonna go down to the Toxic. This is a gallon of water. I drink from gallons. It's $1. Wheezing is going to basically be done at this point. It kind of stinks because I don't really want to go into Frozen Bro yet, because it's gonna force me to Volt Switch, because I can't really go for Blizzard while he still has. I mean, it's either that or I just keep Thunderbolting, but that Cradilly's probably gonna be able to take a Thunderbolt. The Cradily is the last mon I'm worried about. Once this Cradilly's gone, this Rotom has fun with the rest of my opponent's team. Now that I'm looking at it, he has so much fun with the rest of my opponent's team. So if Cradilly's the last mon I'm worried about, we're gonna go ahead and go out into our All-Star. We're gonna go out into Masculin the Basculin. Just because we have to. This thing is bigger than you'd expect. So unfortunately, we are gonna get Toxic here. We're gonna get badly poisoned. Now the good thing about this is that I have Facade. I do have Facade. So I'm actually gonna go for Facade on the off chance my opponent decides to switch in the Cradily. I'm not risking, I don't want to go for a water type move on the off chance he switches in the Cradily. I'm not giving that thing a Storm Drain boost. Even though Facade is resisted, I'd still rather go for that. And now Masculine's not going to get much showtime here, because I'm gonna have Life Orb recoil, I'm gonna have toxic damage. It's not gonna be a good time for us, definitely. It's not going to be a good time for us. It would be awesome if this thing was Guts right now, but I think adaptability essentially does the same thing. Although Facade would be much, much stronger, and I could really hit that Wailord where it hurts. Like I said, that Wailord is really the last thing on my opponent's team that I'm really, well, the Cradily is the last thing I'm really worried about. Cradily is going to come out. Now, I should outspeed, and a superpower will take him out. 100% of the time, a superpower, and from that range, a superpower is going to take him out. Because I went for the Facade, it probably made him think that I only have water type moves and Facade. So we're going to go ahead and just click superpower. I'm not going to think about it. If he wants to double out, that's fine. But the superpower is super effective with the Life Orb. I don't care how defensive you are. You only have like 30 HP left and you're going down. So with the Cradily out of the way, even though we had a really rough start, I'm feeling super confident right now that Rotom Frost with Thunderbolt is going to really destroy everything on my opponent's team. I do expect the Wailord to come in now, definitely. Either that or the Mightyena. The Delibird is going to be at 50% when it hits the rocks, so I wonder why Delibird is PU. I don't get it, man. I just don't understand. Is he PU or NU? He's got to be PU. There's no way he's NU with 50% weakness and then those stats. I'm sorry, Delibird. I'm sorry. I know you're back there. Look at this. Hold on. Let me get this little guy. I got to roll all the way to Narnia. You guys can still hear me well. Shady legs, I know. Everyone's gonna talk about shady legs now. Here's this little Delibird, a little cutie. And why are your stats so bad, Delibird? Can you tell the people? Yep, yeah, that's what I thought. Silent and embarrassment and shame. That's what that is. So I was gonna upload this if my opponent got a 6-0 sweep with Torkoal. I really was. I was excited to put that on the channel. Unfortunately, that's not the case. We are 20 minutes deep. My opponent is deciding who would be the best mon to switch into. I really do think it's either Mightyena with the Intimidate or Wailord. Torkoal, obviously not, because there's the Wailord. So the Wailord's gonna come in and take the Stealth Rock damage. Now, the question is, do I bother switching out? Like, do I bother switching out to SP Gamma as obvious as it is? Or do we kind of just let Basculin, like we just let him go? I think we just let Basculin go. I'm just gonna let Basculin go. What would be our strongest move? I think we should outspeed a Wailord, unless he's Choice Scarf. Do we just go for Aqua Jet for a little bit of damage, or do we go for a Facade? I could check stats, but I don't really want to. I don't want to do that. Basculin was pretty fast. Wailord's pretty fat. We're gonna go for a Facade. We should be faster. I'm really not sure, but we should be. Now, I think my opponent's just trying to decide, will I switch out into my Cacturn to go for the Water Absorb? So we're gonna get a Facade off. Our attack is dropped once, but it's still gonna do a reasonable amount of damage. Definitely reasonable. And we're gonna see the Hyper Voice. That is gonna, oh my gosh. Just the imagery of a Wailord using Hyper Voice. Wow, I didn't even know that was a thing. Well, with that being a thing, we can go on into SP Gamma here, and I think that you might sweep. I know I should have went out. I guess I should have gone on to my Rotom to keep the score high, but I also don't see a point. He can't really go into Torkoal. He can go into Delibird. I guess he can go into Delibird now that I'm thinking about it. Can I take a Hyper Voice? Probably not. I probably can't risk it. We're just gonna go for the Seed Bomb. I can't really, I wanted the Swords Dance, I did, but I can't see us living a Hyper Voice. Because it's a Wailord. I mean, if it's Choice Specs, which at this point I'm assuming it is because he didn't outspeed my Basculin, and he's going for Hyper Voice. So I think Choice Specs is really the only thing. It's Water Spout, possibly Surf, Hyper Voice, and one other thing. So he's gonna withdraw the Wailord. Could have gone for the Drain Punch, predicting the Mightyena, but Torkoal is going to come in. It's not gonna matter too much to me because he is gonna go down to 50%. Even if the Seed Bomb doesn't do much, which we know it's not going to, it still might end up being pretty much a 2-hit KO. It's good enough. This is my second Life Orb user, and I know that's questionable. Some people don't like double Life Orb. I'm fine with it. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and proceed to go for a Drain Punch here. Don't wanna go for a Sucker Punch in case he wants to Shell Smash again, but Drain Punch will be enough to take him out. Seeing how much Seed Bomb did, Drain Punch is gonna do a little bit more because it's resisted by Torkoal, the Seed Bomb was. So Drain Punch will finish this Torkoal off, and then we'll be down to 3 mods on my opponent's team. Now, it is getting a little dicey thanks to the Toxic Hazards, but like I said before, I do have my Rotom Frost, which I could have gone out into now that I'm looking at it, but I really don't know that Mightyena might be able to live a Thunderbolt, which, I mean, it probably will. actually. What I would really like to do is get my Rotom Frost in on the Mightyena, and then Volt Switch, get some damage off, and bring it back in, because then I think a Thunderbolt can go ahead and clean it up. But I don't think one Thunderbolt will do the trick, and Mightyena could have a fighting type move for us, so I'm not a fan of that. Even if the Delibird comes in, we can Sucker Punch to go ahead. I mean, if the Delibird is Fake Out, and then he's gonna opt to go out into the Wailord. Well, we know that, I'm almost positive we outspeed. We have to outspeed because the Basculin, unless he is Choice Scarfed. Hold on, let's check. Cacturn speed is 107 and Masculin speed is 165. So this thing could be Choice Scarfed and trying to outspeed us. Because of that, I am just gonna go for the safe Sucker Punch. Wailord does not run any setup moves, at least to my knowledge. If this is a Rest Wailord, we could have just lost. If this is a Rest, Sleep Talk, Hyper Voice, Water Spout Wailord, we could have just lost. But I really doubt that. I love how like my mind always goes to the worst possible thing. My friend Rolex does that with Hearthstone when we're playing. He's like, oh, get ready for the consecration when I have like a full field of 2 health minions. Like that probably doesn't make any sense to anyone. I'm gonna stop talking. Look at this I showed you this Breaking Bad mug, didn't I? Sarah got this for me. Walter White, and it's a beaker. It has like all the milliliters of coffee that I drink. So thank you so much, baby. SP Gamma, can you come through with the Sucker Punch? My opponent is running the clock. Sucker Punch is going to connect, and it's going to take the Wailord out. Wailord is not very bulky at all, despite how fat it looks. I think its defenses are pretty poor. Has a good amount of HP, but his defenses are pretty poor. With only 2 mons left on my opponent's side, I think this game is all but done. But you never really know, because he's got a Delibird, and we got to see that Delibird hit the field. And he's saving that bird. He's saving that bird. Birds. I'm really surprised the Mightyena hasn't come out yet for the Intimidate. Definitely, unless it's not running Intimidate. Maybe Mightyena does. Mightyena just looks like it should get Intimidate. I really am not positive what it has. I know that's a terrible thing considering how long I've played Pokemon, but you know, easy come, easy go. Da 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 da. I'm so tired for no reason, and I gotta record for the next 6 hours. Oh, but I love it. Thank you guys so much. I really do love it. My opponent is gonna finally bring out the Bird of Delis. He is bringing out the Bird of Delis. Ladies and gentlemen, so I will go for the Sucker Punch here. If he has to Fake Out, my Cacturn is going to go down to a Hustle boosted Fake Out plus Toxic damage. But if he goes for the Ice Shard, we should outspeed and get the Sucker Punch off. So I'm sorry, Delibird. It pains me to do this, but... Oh. Destiny Bird! Oh, I'm a foolish fool of a Took. Well, I feel like I still have to go for Sucker Punch. Well, no, what if he debonds again? Oh, come on, is this really happening right now? This can't be happening right now. I think his Delibird's gonna get a knockout. Either way, it's a 50-50. Either he's going for debond again, or he's gonna Ice Shard. I'm gonna Drain Punch. I think he's gonna debond again. Yes, okay, that's fine. Oh yeah, outspeeds. Okay, all right, so I'd much rather that than me go for another Sucker Punch. So I knew the Delibird would outspeed me no matter what, and that's, Delibird, you're a little fast, you little bugger. I had to go for the Sucker Punch. I predicted the Ice Shard though, but then I didn't think he'd outspeed me. Yeah, I didn't think Delibird was that fast. Wow. Oh, wow. Faster than a Cacturn. All right, so we're gonna go into Frozen Bro. Like I said, the plan of attack. Does Mightyena get Sucker Punch? I really hope not. I really hope not. I'm not going for Blizzard. I'm not trying to miss. I'm gonna go ahead and go straight up for the Volt Switch because I can't, I'm not running Calcs right now, and I just wanna go ahead and Volt Switch, get as much damage off as possible. If this thing is Choice Scarf, we saw no Intimidate, by the way. If this thing is Choice Scarfed and he's faster than Rotom, then we could potentially lose easily. Because my Flareon is especially defensive, not physically. So we are gonna Volt Switch and bring Flareon in kind of as fodder, just because my hopes are that I outspeed, get a Volt Switch off, and come back in with a Thunderbolt and finish things up. There's a chance that Mightyena can't even take a max special attack Thunderbolt. I know that that's definitely a possibility because it is a Rotom regardless of the fact that it's a Rotom Frost. But I'm not willing to risk it. I'm taking the safe route. This 27-minute battle, this 30-minute battle really, because it's not even over yet. I mean, listen, Andrew, you got 4 moves. You can only choose 1. All right, now the question is, are you running setup moves? You got like some Howl going on? You got some Howl? got some workup, possibly a little bulk up. I don't really know what Mightyena gets. At that point, it could be interesting if you do decide to go for like some sort of bulk up. So we do outspeed, which is totally perfect. Volt Switch is going to do a large amount. I'm not sure if Thunderbolt would knock out from that. Comparing the damages, I don't think it would, so I think I went for the safer play. Granted, Heated could probably take any one hit from Mightyena, even if Rotom went down. But imagine if I was, am I Guts? Oh, no, I'm Flash Fire. If I was Guts too, oh my goodness. I just wanted the fire immunity for Cacturne, but Crunch is gonna bring me down to the point where Toxic is gonna take me out. Mightyena is gonna lose some of its HP. Oh yeah, I do have the leftovers. Which might save me from one turn of poison, but I kind of hope it doesn't. Oh, it does. It does. So I get to live on 1, on 4, and at this point, of course, you just go for the Flare Blitz. I could go for Superpower, which would be better, but I'm pretty sure Mightyena outspeeds me regardless. So, like I said, Heated was just here for switch fodder. There's the, oh no. Oh no! I should have Will-O-Wisped. I should have Will-O-Wisped. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Oh my gosh. I even talked about Sucker Punch. I should have Will-O-Wisped. Will-O-Wisp won me the game. Oh my gosh. But I didn't think he would ever... I didn't think he would risk that. He outspeeds. Oh no. We can't live a Sucker Punch. A +1 Sucker Punch? We're not living that. We're not living that. That's game. That's game. He got it. He got it. He got it. Wow. That was incredibly played, Andrew. I am so mad at myself. 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 The Life Orb Recoil is gonna let him live on 2, and that is gonna be the game. Oh my gosh, Andrew, that was fantastic. That was such a fun game. I am incredibly mad at myself for not going for Will-O-Wisp. But if you guys enjoyed that battle regardless, please go ahead and leave a like rating down below. Don't forget to comment, subscribe to make sure you see every single battle we have with this team. So we have one loss, one really close loss. I did screw up big time with the Frogadier and that last play. I'm sure some of you guys were screaming. I even mentioned Sucker Punch. It's too early to be battling. Oh my gosh, I gotta go. I gotta get another cup of coffee. Love you guys so much. Have yourselves a good day. But above all else, keep it